discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the New to Wrestling podcast. This week we watched Raw is War, the April 6th, 1998 edition. Hello, everyone. Welcome. If you are new here, you are in luck. That is Kelsey. If you are not so new here, you want someone who's been around the block once or twice, I'm here to help you out. My name is Xavier.
Once or twice.
Once or twice. I've seen these maybe once or twice. But a good frame of reference and the date of this episode made me remember that just 6 or 5 days prior to this episode, I turned the ripe old age of 4 years old. So happy birthday to 4-year-old me. I guess my dad was probably watching this somewhere.
Yay. Happy birthday, 4-year-old Xavier.
Okay, so this is we are rolling out of WrestleMania 14 and rolling into Unforgiven. Our first
I
kind
love
of
that name.
we're now getting into the era of the monthly like pay-per-views where they're not just all kind of named like in your house, whatever. These are kind of the last in your houses, this era.
Aw,
And then we'll just kind of take on, Unforgiven, No Mercy, etc., etc. We'll go from there.
very fierce.
So for this episode, we are hit with a recap of last week, which is it's a Law and Order-esque
It
recap.
really is. That's so
Um,
funny.
very like dun dun.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, with the
dun,
like split
dun.
screen and like the wide angle like recap.
And it was
Uh,
like, it was Law and Order by way of marching band.
mhm. Yeah. Because as we were
Yeah.
listening to it, I was just like struck. I was like, is there like a whole ass marching band going on underneath
And we would
this?
know.
Yeah, if you more so than me, but yes.
Yeah. And that's
Uh,
not a joke. Xavier and I were in marching band.
no, for real. If you couldn't tell. Absolutely fantastic. So, it's basically a recap of Austin Stunning, Vince McMahon, and then the recap of the arrest that followed. We just released a clip today about the booty cheeks Buick that they used
And
to
we saw it
quote.
again, and I was right.
Oh, 1000%
I didn't,
correct.
because I saw the clip, and then when we were watching the recap,
There it
I was
is.
like, yep,
You're like, did I overstate it? Absolutely not.
no, I didn't. In fact,
Mm-mm.
maybe I understated it.
We are in a sold out crowd in Syracuse, New York. I mentioned that just because we are kind of getting into the era where the WWF makes its like comeback from the WCW. So like this is the tail end of the WCW's like 83 weeks, the thing that
Eric
um
Bischoff still hangs his hat on.
yeah, forever and ever. Yeah. I think we're like in the middle of it, but you can kind of see the kind of momentum really going since WrestleMania 14, Mike Tyson, the crowds have been absolutely raucous. And they have also, I don't know, it just feels very like this is the new era. This is the Attitude Era, like officially. I don't know, something about the TV presentation of it all. Um
And it feels like a switch has flipped. And I know that sounds dramatic because I feel like we've been heralding the like beginning of the Attitude Era for 2.5 years.
no, 1000%, but
But
here we
there's
are.
something about like Vince walking out to literally deafening boos that
Right.
just feels like the harbinger of like the Attitude Era officially. Like it's like we were in the shadow period and now we're like really in it. I literally keep saying
Hmm.
like, "Oh my God, we're here. Oh my God, we're here." Like I just keep saying that because I just cannot believe it.
Oh, no, 1000%. Yeah, we have arrived. I don't know. And it just feels like they kind of just like let the reins go. I don't know. Just something
The
about
the
just
chariot is loot. Like it's like whoosh, like it's really we are sending the horses into full sprint. Like,
1000%. So as Kelsey has mentioned, Vince comes out to just booze. Absolute, just the crowd
deafening.
hates him from the beginning. So much so that we got like just slurs in the crowd signs from the opening seconds
Girl,
of
we were
this.
first 30 seconds and I go, and we're off. Okay,
And we're
slurs
here.
in the first 30 seconds.
And yeah, you can go back and watch it if you want to catch which one, you
Yeah,
weirdo.
girl, we're not doing
Uh,
that.
um, but Vince goes on to be like, it was a tough decision for me. Like
The
last week
hardest
was
decision of
so
my
hard for me.
career.
Yeah, like as a professional, really difficult. And then we're like, okay, okay, girl, okay, continue. Um, he's like, out of the goodness of my heart, for all of you to know, Austin was released that same evening. Oh, he used the word benevolence, if we want to get technical. So all right,
He's so weird.
well.
Like,
Duh.
what?
Um, uh,
My benevolence.
no, 1000%. And he goes on to say that Stone Cold has learned his lesson the hard way, and that he is now reformed and ready to be the corporate champion that Vince is looking for. And thoughts.
I like okay, and maybe it's just because like we really are in like the late stages of capitalism where I'm like, who the fuck would want a corporate champion? Like even a corporation. Like it's like saying the
Right.
quiet part out loud. Like I don't know. Like I just feel
Hmm.
like and I get it because that's the shtick, that's the whole thing. He's anti-establishment and Vince is the establishment, but it felt
Right.
like so heavy-handed.
Right.
Whereas like refined champion, like whatever. But it was literally like, we want a corporate rule following stooge, and that's what
Right.
we're gonna do.
Right. And it's the thing that's funny, it's like your previous champion was Shawn Michaels. It's not like
Girl, I'm
it's
saying
it's not like you had somebody like who was toting the company line.
he was
Like,
so controversial. All
right.
invented that little hip thrust basically that DX does.
No,
And like
1000%.
and he was so his thing was you think I'm cute, you think I'm sexy. Like he was the corporate. It is kind of weird.
No,
I don't
1000%. So it's like,
know.
okay, well,
Very heavy-handed, I
right.
feel.
Yeah, but hey, but now like Vince is a character. So like this, you know what I
We
mean?
have to be obvious for obvious's sake,
Right.
sorta.
I no, 100%. In the introduction of him as like a week to week, like this is somebody like we are now seeing not as a commentator week to week. I mean like he is an on-air character week to week. So I feel like at first
Yes.
we have to establish uh the character. Like yes, we have like in terms of like the the start of it all was the Bret Hart post Bret Hart interview, and then like the oh hell no in response to like do I want Steve Austin, like we're getting there, but I still
Yeah.
think we're in the uh opening of this season. So they're like, if you don't know, if you didn't watch last season, we still need you to know
Mm.
that like these are this dude's like wants, wishes, desires, and he's in charge. So
And that makes sense. And also it kind of feels like same but different in terms of like Vince always wants like a character.
mhm.
Like we had the plumber, we had the clown, we had the like
Right. And
he's the
this is
corporate
the CEO,
stooge.
the
And then
yeah.
we're gonna maybe, I guess, like transition into just like we don't have to say it so obviously with our words. We can just
Right. Well, you'll just
do
know
it.
him as a character.
Right. Okay, yeah,
Uh,
that makes sense to me.
so he promises that we are going to get a new Stone Cold, new and improved, reformed,
Man.
up to WWE standards, which is
For your
hilarious.
money back.
Yeah, which was a really a crazy claim, but
An insane claim to a sold out arena, and I mean, spoiler alert, I pretty much guarantee no one got their money back, but
right,
would have
right.
been kind of a serve if he did that though. Like refunded everyone's tickets just for funsies.
Ugh, that's insane.
He
But
would never do it, but I'm just saying.
no. But that takes us into our first contest, which is the NWA champion Dan Severn taking on Flash Funk. Hey, Flash Funk, good to see ya.
I miss him, girl. I'm just saying, this is a person that like WWE did him so dirty. I know we've talked about it before, but man, they did my boy Flash so dirty.
Yeah, we've now we've taken him, I guess because we're now like beefing up the roster, more people are coming in. He's no longer in that like mid-card Intercontinental Championship kind of era. Now he's basically just like been enhancement talent, which sucks because he's
Sucks. He went
so
from having
good.
like this dancey long intro with two funkettes,
Right.
and now he is like enhancement talent.
Bro didn't even get like a real entrance, I swear.
I'm not
Um,
kidding, hurts me so bad for real.
So miss that guy. So Dan Severn is with Jim Cornette. They were still riding that NWA nostalgia train. Dan Severn, for those of you who don't know, has an MMA background as well as being a, pretty, I guess, accomplished professional wrestler. Um, the vibe is, MMA fighter turned wrestler, so very submissions, strikes kind of deal. He was just absolute savage.
Yeah,
What are rules? Apparently not applicable to that guy.
girl.
Because he is called the Beast and an applicable title for that big back, not gonna lie. Like, he was
No, not
thick.
kidding. He be.
He's built like a wall. Like he's just a very like wide man. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he was imposing. That was the point of the match. It was basically a squash. Severin is a sab. At one point he's like has Flash like crawling out of the ring and he's like jumping on him like through the ropes and like trying to like still swing on him. And I'm like, girl, what are we doing?
What are
Like
we? We've lost the
even
plot.
even if this is like a squash, like this is just awkward to watch.
Very strange.
Um, uh, Severin hits the armbar, funk taps, and Jim Cornette's of course whiling on commentary. That's basically
That
that.
man never is never not yelling. Like he is always at max volume yelling about something.
No, 1000%. And then that takes us to like a backstage shot of DX like coming down the stairs, being absolute hyenas. I like that feels very you know, if you watch like television shows for over an extended period of time, specifically like comedies, sitcoms, there's always like characters that get like dumber as the plot like goes on for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
In Boy Meets World, it's Eric, the older brother. He's like a seemingly like kind of goofy, like average intelligence guy, and then all of a sudden, like the man can like barely breathe, like of his own like
Mm-hmm.
volition. It feels like second season DX, let's just say has regressed. In the it's turned very middle school locker room all of a sudden.
I think when you have that many straight men in a small area,
That's what
that's
happens.
it just the brain cells actually they take a break. Like or
Mm,
they spread out amongst them. I don't know. Like there's a in the distribution of intelligence suddenly leaves the chat. Like I don't know. It's just
got
like
it.
when men get together, it's like what are you guys even saying? It's like another language. It's like birds chirping. I don't get it.
Yeah,
Like
no,
what are you saying?
absolute insanity. So
Goofy
this
shit.
is DX's first appearance as a newly minted group, all their new members, all in a row. Triple H starts the promo. Basically, he goes on to hit all the buzzwords, a revolution, an army, got it all for you. I keep all my promises, all that good stuff. I love the Road Dogg DX intro. It's just so fun.
He's
He's
so
just so
good.
right.
I am
Uh,
so happy where he is. I keep looking at him and Billy Gunn and being like,
wow.
I'm so happy for the two of you because this gig is fierce and I feel like it's so true. Road Dogg on the mic is something so fabulous. I mean, he really should be doing that like professionally, like in his wrestling retirement. I know he's doing the writing now, right? He's
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But honestly, he's very fierce on the mic.
Yeah, very, very great.
Love
I love that
him.
guy. So Then Triple H turns the promo to X-Pac. He basically goes on to just like he's really hammering home the like we are not WCW in the we are like not old has-beens. That's the general vibe that they're going for. Like we're the
Mm.
youngest, most capable athletes. Like we're young and hungry. If you were looking for them dinosaurs, like this isn't it. Um, and then Triple H rather, goes on to, reference the army again, and he says, "Ladies, my bazooka is locked, cocked, and ready to unload." Sure.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then
The
it just,
bazooka.
yeah, sure. It just cuts to them backstage, and then they're just like terrorizing general backstage people.
I don't
Um,
like that.
yeah, I
You want
mean,
to terrorize shit, go ahead, like vandalize property and stuff. There's something about me. I don't fuck with bullying. I
mm,
don't like that. I don't like when the little pack of hyenas picks on somebody who's just trying to get their check and get home to their family. I don't like that. Even though it is quote unquote a thing, like an act or
mhm,
whatever. Like I know they're not actually bullying someone who works for WWE, but I was just like, I
girl.
don't like that. I don't like
Right.
senseless bullying. Piss me off.
Mm. No, I get it. And there they were really having their moment. But
Hmm.
that takes us into our next match, which is Steve Blackman and Brian Christopher. Haven't seen Brian Christopher in a minute. And I
And
honestly
you
kind
can't
of
miss him now
kind
with those neon ass tights.
no, but I mean like you couldn't miss him before because like you could hear him before you saw him.
You can use echolocation from so far.
And if you didn't, he was going to. So it didn't
Well,
like
I'm sorry, that's what I meant. Like it was like a bat that I'm not even gonna pretend. I'm not even gonna pretend to do
No,
it.
I was really like just like waiting with bated breath for you to like
I
do
know, I was
your
like,
do your echolocation call. I was like, oh, go there, go ahead, take it, sis.
I was like about to warm up. I'm like, me.
That's absolutely insane. So the beginning of the match has a kudos for Brian Christopher because he actually does something funny in mocking Steve Blackman's
Hilar-
entrance in the beginning. Because if you don't know, haven't seen, Steve Blackman comes out with like glow in the dark like nunchucks and really delights the crowd to, just his own little rave party as he comes down to the ring.
And I love it, but
Sure. Sure. Great. But Brian Christopher's impression of Steve Blackman's entrance, that's quality. That's quality right
he's like
there. Yeah, it was jerky, it was spastic, it was beautiful.
it got me together, girl. I was cracking up because I was like, wow, that is really silly if you look at it from an objective point of view.
It's like, sure, girl. Um, for some reason, we're still dragging out this Jeff Jarrett, Steve Blackman
No, my
feud when
God,
Tennessee
girl.
Lee comes down onto commentary and literally just assaults our earbuds with the most like nonsensical series of words I've ever had the misfortune of being subjected to. I was like, sir, you
What?
need. You are literally coming down here to speak. So you are not going to tell me that you didn't come with any of your talking points and we're just supposed to be okay with you rambling. I won't.
He
I won't accept it, damn it.
I'm not kidding. It was so nonsensical to the point where it became white noise for me. And then when you went, what is he even talking about? I went, he's
I don't
still
know,
talking? Holy
girl.
shit. I
Yes,
completely tuned
he's still talking.
it. That's exactly what he sounds like.
And I'm
I
like,
was
and it was English. It was English.
apparently.
I
Oh,
I
well,
gathered none of it. I
none of
think
it. And
maybe Jeff Jarrett is going to give us another performance. Who asked?
literally,
And
no. Well, Michael Cole was like, okay, so after 10 minutes of Michael Cole goes, okay, so what you're trying to say is Double J's gonna sing like at a concert. And he goes, well, that's no, that's right.
girl,
Girl, what what is going on in here on this day?
on this day, I
On
didn't.
this day,
No one asked for this. That's all I
shut
know.
every time he speaks, and I feel bad because I'm sure he's important to people. Shut the up.
Oh, dude,
Shut your mouth.
I like Jeff Jarrett later in like his career in like TNA. Like it's fun, but like this era, I could
Mama.
not be less interested in. I am so sorry.
Oh,
Um,
it's DTM. It's doing too much.
Honestly, Blackman is basically kicking ass for the majority of this match, other than the moments where he is distracted by Tennessee Lee's presence. And I get it. He's
Same.
8 feet Colonel Sanders. I get it. Like I'd also be like, why is this man like
And why do we have beef?
right?
What is the, I don't even remember what the source of the beef
So the
is.
source of the beef is Jeff Jarrett and Tennessee Lee cheated to give
Right.
Steve Blackman his first
Thank you.
loss.
Defeat. Yeah, he
Right.
was
But it seems
undefeated.
like Steve Blackman is just totally like okay, got the L, got some lick backs. I feel like he's ready to move on. You're the
Yeah,
one who got the upper hand and then is still dragging this on. Do you know what I mean? Like
completely.
if anybody should be dragging the feud on, it's Blackman because he has the
The
reason to be mad.
reason
Like, I don't
you,
understand why you keep coming out every week and then subjecting us to the entirety of a Jeff Jarrett entrance. This time, no horse, thank God. Uh,
oof.
because
I was
here,
like, they are not about to bring out that little horse
no,
for this.
no, I'm literally getting ahead of myself because I'm so upset about like the dumb nature of this gimmick.
It is
Um,
silly.
so s- other than the moments then when Tennessee Lee is distracting the shit out of Blackman, Blackman's kicking his ass. Um, he actually hits like an Alabama slam, which will be accredited to Bob Holly later on. Basically when he has that like him over his like back and uses his legs as like a propeller to just like shoot him down into the mat. Yeah,
Love.
Alabama slam. Great stuff. Blackman ties up Brian Christopher with submission. Like it's a heinous one. It's one you really gotta like watch. It's a couple steps. Um uh Brian Christopher gives up. Steve Blackman wins. And then Tennessee Lee comes back out, hits us with the long ass intro for Jeff Jarrett, only for Jeff Jarrett to sneak attack behind Steve Blackman with a guitar, smacks the shit out of him. And then that's it. We're left with him celebrating in the ring. One referee comes in and he's shooed away so that Jeff Jarrett can hit us with the strut. And that's where we are.
This, he goes, he's like, DJ, hit that track. Like he introduced it like this song was the most turn, like it was like Kylie Minogue. Like he introduced this like as if we were gonna hear Padam Padam or
No.
like whatever. I was like, and then it was just like that hokey pokey,
Mm-hmm.
okey smoky,
Turn yourself
tra
about.
la la doo da.
Right.
Get, and he was just like doo 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 doo
Well, I
doo.
will say, I will take him coming out and hitting people with the guitar again over a 3.5 minute entrance that
On
involves,
horseback.
yeah, exactly.
Horseback rave,
No
but
thanks.
nobody's raving
No.
except raving lunatics,
Well,
by
that,
the way.
yeah, no ifs, ands, or buts. No add-ons for me. Perfect read
Thank
on that
you.
man.
Thank you.
So DX rolls up backstage on the Disciples of the Apocalypse's bikes, and then we're like, oh God, here we go. We know there's no quicker way to get to these bald-headed bastards than those bikes. Um,
I'm not, no, I'm not kidding. And you would think after all this time, they would store them in a more secure location. Like,
right.
what are, we are
There
not
was
learning.
nary a chain in sight. Not that that would
Oh
have
my,
helped what happened anyway.
well,
So,
true, but I don't know. Put them in a place less obvious, I guess. Like,
no,
what happened here?
1000%. So, Triple H being, the absolute leader that he is, double dog, no, triple dog dares. The rest
Important
of, yeah,
distinction.
no, absolutely. The rest of DX to whiz on the bikes. His words, not
Whiz.
mine. Yeah.
Whiz.
And JR on commentary, so of course, obviously they have to, they must.
It's
Um,
a triple dog dare. What else would you have me do?
right, 1000%. So, they whip him out, they're pissing on the bikes. And JR on commentary goes, "Too bad it's not an electric fence." And I was like, "Yes, bitch. Read them motherfuckers to filth."
He
That
was
was
actually
so
really, I love when JR's like at his wit's end and he just says the craziest shit. Or later, which we'll get to, he like reverts to just mimicry, which also fucking gags me because it's like so out of pocket for him.
no.
He
Oh.
goes, too bad they're not pissing on an electric fence.
You're like, all right. Sure. I was like, damn, you're big mad. I love it. You
I
would have
love
thought he
it.
owned those bikes.
I'm not kidding. He was like, he secured the sponsorship with like Titan bikes and he's, for lack of a better word, pissed.
Oh, love to see it. Love to see it. So that takes us into our next segment, which is an in-ring promo from Cactus Jack. This one really took us on a roller coaster, as
Girl,
only Mick Foley can.
I was
Gooped and gagged.
seated. My heart was pounding out of my chest, and the way I was looking at Xavier, I was going,
Hello. No, right.
I was
Um,
giving him such filthy eyes because I was like, what the fuck is this?
as if I wrote the shit.
Well,
So he comes out with a 4 years old girl. He comes like, need I remind you,
because I was like,
actual toddler.
I know, and I always expect Xavier to remember every single detail. So I'm like,
What is this?
surely if you didn't tell me this, it's intentional and you set me
Right,
up for like I was literally just like,
right. No, 1000%. Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves once again. So Cactus Jack comes out with a chair and a neck brace. Really sets up the scene. He's really
my
taken a
poor
beating
baby.
after the dumpster match and the following evening, the steel cage match. Basically, he goes, "I've always taken chances in the ring, but I've always felt like it was worth it. When I look back at my career, I always thought like, hey, like yes, I did a lot, but I did a lot." So he goes on to say, like, "I'm not gonna let scum like DX put Cactus in the ground." Terry wanted to retire like as a champ, but we don't have those belts now. And then he goes on to basically just be like, "Oh, like when I first got here as Mankind, you were like, why don't you just be Cactus Jack?" And then he's like, and then I, put on some white boots and was dude love, and then you still were like, why don't you give us Cactus Jack? So why then, when I was lying there on the ground after giving you like my all, were you chanting somebody else's name? Like, you don't even care enough to like not disrespect the time that I'm giving to you to not like shit all over me, basically. So we're basically seeing the kind of heel turn of Cactus Jack, or like this is what it feels like. Because he then turns it like onto the fans. He's like, not only was it distasteful and disrespectful, it was disgusting. But lucky for you, I'll give you a chance to apologize in person right now. And obviously that receives mixed reaction from the crowd. Mostly like people are confused, people like don't agree with what he said. So um then he really like gets somber about it and he goes, "All right, well, after 13 years, I guess it's not worth it. This is probably the last time you're gonna see Cactus Jack." And really leaves us on that note. So yeah, thoughts.
I have a lot of thoughts. One, when he was like, so this is probably the last time you'll see Cactus Jack Burrell. This is when I cut I was like,
Mm.
because I was like,
Hmm.
excuse me?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that is a blow I could not take.
Hmm.
I will say I love this angle because it kind of feels true, and that's the best angle because it's like Cactus Jack is so beloved,
Right.
and yet, you know what I mean? Like there's
Hmm.
this like element of like God, like everyone loves him so much, but he's still like it's not like he has the championship belt. It's not like
Right.
he is even being put in those situations. You know what I
Right.
mean? So like I completely get that. It's like, and he really gives it his all. And if you look at like the New Age Outlaws, like
Hmm.
now they're absorbed into DX and they're like doing this other thing. And it's like people aren't even like cheering for Cactus. And it's so true. I mean, he's given us like, I mean, he at one point as Mankind was like the only person contending with The Undertaker.
Right.
Like, that's crazy. Like, that's
Hmm.
insane. And like, dude, he was in the Royal Rumble 3 different times.
Right.
3 different times as 3 different people. Like who is doing it? Like Nicholas Foley. I love him. And I was
Right.
like, and it's crazy because the crowd, like he's so over that even though he was saying that shit, like the crowd was still like, wait, no, no, no. Like we love you. We love you.
Mm.
It's just like, I'm sorry, like Stone Cold is just like the moment right now. Like
Right.
it was so interesting because like again, like when Bret Hart came for the fans,
Hmm.
they were wiling out. They were they were like, what do you mean? Like they were really
Hmm.
mad. But in this case, they were kind of like, oh shit.
Right.
Like that is kind of fucked up because I do love Cactus Jack and I do like that match was crazy and it was amazing and whatever. And like some people tried to get like a Cactus Jack chant started, which didn't happen. And like,
Right.
I, I don't know. It's really interesting. It's interesting to me because it's not like Cactus Jack has ever read specifically babyface to me because he's such
Hmm.
an odd character.
Right.
So I'm curious to see when if he does go full tilt heel, like what that looks like because he's already so
See,
batshit.
the thing is, Cactus Jack in WCW, bad guy, very bad guy. He
Yeah.
would basically was brought into WCW to be like a bad guy for Sting. So
Hot.
like, and really at no point during his WCW run was he like a fan favorite. Like he was always in that like Cactus was a like he could take inhuman punishment, and that's what made him like menacing as a villain.
Which was kind of like Mankind's shtick, is that he was like the
Exactly.
horror movie villain you couldn't kill. I
Right, but
mean,
less like explicitly like, with the mask and blah blah.
yeah, I feel like honestly, I'm just here for anything Mick Foley's gonna do. I mean,
No,
I just
honestly,
know it's
yeah.
gonna be good. I know it's gonna be a Serb. I know it's gonna be crazy. I know he's gonna do some of the craziest shit to his body you've ever seen in your life and like take the crazy like anything he does, I'm just open to it because like I say this all the time, like when I talk to people about wrestling who act like when we're not in the show or whatever, and I'm like, who did it like Nicholas Foley, girl? Like who is doing it like him? Like
Right.
he just has something so different, and I'm just always here for the ride, no matter what it is, to be
No,
honest.
1000%. So that is going to leave us with more question marks than answers. But uh to pick up from some chaos from last week, we get a Nation of Domination recap, the ousting of Farouk as the leader, the stepping in as of The Rock as the ruler. And then they hit us with a video package of Farouk entering the building today, only to get absolutely mugged. Where are all the police officers, by the way? Um,
I'm not kidding.
so funny. Vince had two of them to come out later on. Like, so we know they're in the building,
And
yet
useless then too, by the way. Spoilers.
1000%. But he gets absolutely just mugged by the
Ma
Nation.
assaulted.
Right,
Actually assaulted. And
right.
yet we're sending Stone Cold to jail for delivering a stunner in a wrestling ring.
Period. Make it make
So
sense.
make it make sense, Diva. I want to know.
So from that video package of Farouk going down, we have The Rock defending the Intercontinental Championship against Owen Hart. Oh, love to see it. Hey, baby. So
Hi.
of course The Rock is flanked by the Nation. He comes out to the raucous crowd, hitting us with the Rocky Sucks chants immediately. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff. The Rock is basically like opening this contest. He's like playing with Owen. He's really trying to like, he's got the numbers. He's got the momentum. He's really just kind of being a hot mess. I'm loving the hot pink writing of The Rock on the tights this week. Loved
Huge
it.
fan. Huge
Big,
fan.
big, big fan. It makes it pop. So Kama gets involved and then somehow manages to get caught by the referee and therefore forces the ejection of the entire Nation of Domination. Big
Love.
hubbub, love to see it. So that's gonna hit us with a seemingly one-on-one contest between The Rock and Owen Hart going forward, and love to see it. Love to see it. This Raw actually had a bit gave us a bit more wrestling as far as
Yeah.
the matches themselves go. We'd love to see it when they mix it up a little bit. Sometimes it really is just shenanigan on shenanigan.
I know. I
Um,
really thought this was going to be like the first clean match Owens won in a while.
mm,
But it
alas,
was
alack.
great for a really long time.
Yeah, exactly. So The Rock hits the people's elbow. We get a good back and forth. That pretty much ends when Owen hits The Rock with the sharpshooter. His back is to the entrance ramp. Chyna comes running down with her own baseball bat. She swings for the fences. Owen gets the disqualification victory. The Rock retains the Intercontinental Championship, and then DX is just laughing at the top of the ring entrance ramp. So that's that. We are not over the feud between Owen and Triple H, apparently.
I'm curious to see how this will affect The Rock's relationship with DOX. Like, will he? I assume he'll actually be pissed because he'll be like, The Rock doesn't need any help, and I don't need interference
Right.
from whatever. But I'm curious to see where that goes because that's crazy that she just came out and was like, "Hi," and just hit him with a baseball bat.
Her, yeah.
I
But
mean,
then
that's
she
my
like,
friend, and she can do what she wants. But
no,
I'm just saying.
absolutely. But then she marches back up the entrance ramp and just like drops the bat and just like keeps walking. So I don't know what that was about.
I know, like the men like scattered. They were like afraid.
So,
And I love China so much. Again, she's a person for me at this time where she can kind of do anything that she wants, and I'm like, wee, like,
right,
woohoo. But even beating Owen with a baseball bat, hate to see Owen go down, love to see China do stuff.
right.
But I'm curious as to like what's going on because like again, we're not mentioning the huge elephant in the room, which is Shawn Michaels is not here and hasn't said anything. And like we know what's going on,
Right.
but like we like I don't know.
But
Like I
we,
just
the audience at this time, does not.
does not. So like I'm just so curious like what how the where it's gonna go. Like is she gonna
Right.
say something? Like I don't know. I'm very curious about it.
So that's where they leave us on that. The next segment is Vince McMahon coming out flanked by two cops. And he's here to introduce the new and improved Steve Austin for the world. And to much to the shock of the crowd in Syracuse and us, I'm sure watching, he comes out, he being Stone Cold Steve Austin in a full suit, baseball cap.
Still looks
Um,
hot.
yeah, great. No, I 1000% agree, but like, what are we doing? This is wild.
So
Um,
crazy.
Vince McMahon goes on to be like, I am overwhelmed. This is the first day of you possibly becoming the greatest of all time.
He is
And he's like, I
too
know.
much.
He lays it on thick. He's like, and I know it has not been easy for you. That gets like the crowd started on an Austin chant. He's like, we talked about like your appearance, your demeanor, all of that, and Stone Cold's like, yep, remember, yep, we talked about it all, right? And Vince then like throws the baseball cap that Stone Cold Steve Austin is wearing like into the crowd. He's like, it doesn't really go with the fit, and we're
Why
like,
did we have to throw it though? Like that's what I know it's the moment, but I was like, he goes, "This isn't fit," and just throws it into the crowd. Girl, that's my hat.
right,
You can just say to I can hold it. Like you
right.
don't have to get rid of my things. Like,
Mm.
uh,
And then he points out the shoes, and Austin is wearing his like wrestling boots, and Vince McMahon goes, and I quote, "Where are the Gucci shoes, Mr. Austin?"
which sorry, kind of
Sorry,
cunt. I like the way I am printing that on a shirt. Where are the Gucci shoes, Mr. Austin?
so good.
Because I feel like those like really heinous and I don't have a TikTok but I have seen them those like really heinous TikTok edits where it's like like someone says like it's like those crazy like flashes of like people doing things or whatever.
Right.
I feel like it's one of those like where are the Gucci shoes, Mr. Austin? And it's like and it's like clips of Vince just being
Yeah,
like walking and stuff. Somebody make that, please.
somebody make that.
And someone needs to sample that for the most sick like track ever. Like where are the Gucci shoes, Mr. Austin? Like,
Shoot,
do you know what I
just
mean?
someone just like sample this. Go ahead, just make it happen.
Just me doing it. Just me going do.
Let that listen. If Billie Eilish can turn a like stop sign noise from
Scream.
Australia into a sound, then like we'll be fine.
Her and Phineas just in that lab recording the most Foley studio ass shit and making it into the most beautiful tear-jerking music you've ever heard is
Right,
honestly so incredible.
right,
Just it's so wild. She's like, this is actually, if you slow it down, add 4 tons of reverb and
right,
then speed it up 0.2, and it's a scream. It actually just sounds like, oh, you could
right.
just okay. So great.
You
I
could have
love
just
it.
got there some other way, but sure.
She loves to go from A to A B, A,
Mm,
C,
right,
A
it's a whole outline.
until B. Love it.
So Steve Austin's obviously upset. He introduces the new and improved Steve Austin to the crowd. Has him do a little thing. The crowd obviously is reacts to the moment with raucous boos. Um, Vince asks Steve Austin, when was the moment you decided to join the corporation, the corporate life? He's like, well, when I was in a jail cell, he was like, how can I compete with Vince McMahon? He's like, honestly, I can't. There's so much money, so much power. And I'm just a guy from Texas, like holding a belt. So he basically, if you can't beat him, join him is the where we're
Mm.
going,
Eh,
or is the explanation.
right. And I can
Uh,
tell you when I was sitting in a jail cell, I thought about vengeance and not about joining the corporation, girl. I'm gonna
I
tell you
love
right now,
that.
that's not what
No, she
occurred.
said she said I'm trying to burn it down.
I
Thank you.
said, hey, fuck the police. No, I'm just kidding.
So he goes, well, since I'm just a guy like holding a belt and this is a new occasion, a new day, would you mind having one of these officers take a photo to commemorate the occasion? So Vince is like, sure, yeah. They like hold the belt like sideways. They do like the schmucky, here's my employee of the month photo. And then Steve Austin goes, I want you to take this camera and get this photo developed because that is the absolute last time that you are going to find me in a monkey ass suit like this. And I was
Boop.
just like, oh, here we go. So he starts like just stripping down, like
Uh,
fully out of the suit. He like releases the new t-shirt. Um,
mm,
yeah, and keeps going. He's in
and
his
releases the thighs.
1000% Kelsey was living. I
Well,
mean,
I
I was
forgot
also
for
living, but
once.
Kelsey was really living.
Well, I forgot for 1 second that he wrestles in like the trunks.
So you
And
thought it was like his
so
little, like,
I thought
tiny
he
whitey underwears?
I thought he was like, I ain't got no panties on. Ain't got no panties on. I was like, I literally gasped. I was like, oh my
No, literally,
God.
you were losing it
And
over
then I was like,
there.
oh, right. That's what he wrestles in. Ha. Like
Right.
so stupid. I like really lost my senses for a minute, but the thighs are just like a boing. Like they're just so incredible.
uh, love it. Absolutely love it. So basically, he strips down and then he hits Vince McMahon in the nuts like a middle schooler,
Mama.
takes a picture of him with the camera, and then goes to the crowd. Stone Cold Steve Austin, don't change for anybody, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so, and that's amazing.
It's so incredible.
Right.
When Vince is holding his junk and stumbling about and um Stone Cold is just like this, like
No,
trying to get
trying
down
to
to
get
get
that
the
angle right.
angle is so
Beautiful.
great. It's
You,
so beautiful. And to launch the new merch with a strip show, to like play the corporate stooge. He's just it's tasteful tomfoolery. And I don't normally like tomfoolery, but it's tomfoolery with a point,
right.
with punctuation.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy it a lot.
Mm.
It's so good. And it's just like it never gets old. Like it because he gets you for a minute and you're like, what do you
Mm-hmm.
mean? And then like because you're always wondering how far he's going to take it. Like, is he going to
Right.
do this for a couple episodes and then turn? Is he going to only do this for a few minutes? Is he going to like
Right.
I don't know,
Where's
but
it go?
either way, it's so incredible. And then when Vince is stumbling out holding his nuts, Jerry says something like, "Oh man, like he's gonna be so sore," like and says something about like his privates or whatever.
He's like, there's
And
probably gonna be
JR,
swelling.
they're probably gonna be swelling, and JR goes, "Well, why don't you go check them for him? Maybe you'll get a raise."
Ooh.
Whoop. I was like, the truth is out there, like disgusting. And I was like,
Amen. So next, the DOA come out to, speak on their bikes getting
they're
pissed
pee
on. And
bikes.
they come out, they're like, oh, DX is playing bullshit, like high school games. Like, they're really hitting us with that promo. Like, okay, cool, cool. And in the middle of him, like, calling out Degeneration X, his voice absolutely cracks. Like, just, oh, like he was 12 years old. His voice, like, do you remember even, like, what it was
Face
on?
it. He goes, if you guys were man enough, you would come out and fix us.
And you're like, sure, Jan. Dude, oh, it was
I
brutal.
felt so bad,
That's
but Xavier and I were both like,
that's the worst thing that could have happened
oh
during that promo. You're like,
my
he's out here coming out to like take a
getting his
stand.
life.
No, 1000%. And then, damn, dragged by
Come
puberty at
out
his
here.
big old age. That's crazy. That's crazy. No.
And I felt so bad because I was like, oh shit, he's out here. He's actually not bad on the mic. They never give him the mic. He's so good. And then I was like, oh, no,
Girl.
come
Oh,
out here and face us. Like,
Jesus, take the
face
wheel,
us.
girl.
We were
That was
both like,
sucked.
no,
That's awful.
I don't know.
Sorry, can't take that guy seriously ever again. First of all, couldn't differentiate the two, like, if my life depended on it. Like,
We
so,
were we were
uh,
going like, I know they said twins, but we didn't have to twin this hard, girl.
no.
Like, don't you want to have a little
Again,
piece for
at their big
yourself?
old age, there is no reason why you should be dressing exactly like your twin brother. Give me something that I can differentiate between the two of you, especially if I'm looking at you like 8 feet back from a camera. Absolutely not, you
Oh my
cue ball headed
God.
ass bitch. I
I
can't,
swear,
no.
you bald bitch. Like, at least, like, I don't know, girl, the same goatee.
No, you
I
cannot be like
can't.
leather Gerber baby times two and expect me to be able to tell, like, to attribute an actual name to either of you.
Oh my
I
God.
won't do it.
On the same bike in the same faction with the same leather daddy vest with the voice crack.
No,
Oh my
no.
God.
Sorry,
Come out
guys.
here
It's a
and
no for
face
me.
us.
It's a no for me,
What
girl.
a sin. Oh
Um,
my God. Girl.
so all night, all night, they have been hyping up Luna facing a man in
This,
an intergender match. The
the
first ever.
WWE's first intergen. And I was like, okay. I
Right.
love a little trivia. I love to know
Right.
if someone asks me who fought in the first intergender WWE
Right.
match, I would
Great.
know.
Great. Great.
Okay,
Great.
here, love it.
So it is Luna taking on probably local enhancement talent Mike Knowles. Goldust, of course, is accompanying Luna. Luna comes down in a skirt, first of all, ready to do this match. And you're like,
Tits up to her chin.
yeah, could not be less prepared to do like a physical contest, but like, hey.
Anything.
So no, God forbid she has to like run for her life.
God forbid she has to bend over and pick up a quarter.
No, yeah. No, that's
Girl,
so real.
what?
So Goldust comes into the ring, just beats up this poor enhancement talent, just for the life of him, just gets his just. I hope he earned every bit of that, like probably $200 that he got that evening.
He
And
certainly did.
Goldust beats him up. Luna hits him with a diving headbutt because she's too far away from the from where he decided to end his beating on Goldust. Gets the victory, and we're just like, what was the point of this?
Girl, that
Because
done pissed me off.
it's like she has an evening gown match with Sable where the objective is just to strip another like your opponent down to their underwear. Like that's the whole goal. So instead of having like Luna in a like tuxedo match versus a man, they just have her in a like a regular match. Except they don't actually have her in a regular match. They have her do one move after the man that she's with does everything for her. I was like, that's
It's
so booty. It's so
so booty.
booty.
And this is definitely an over dramatization, but I will say that this is almost more insulting than an evening gown match. Cause like you come in, you have your little man beat up this man, and then you do one little move and say women's rights. Like, what do you mean? Like,
Right.
I don't know. And I know, like, I just it's so stupid. It's so
But it's just like
stupid.
a weird zigzag of a build to a match where you're just taking off your clothes. Like that's the whole match. So like
And we're
why
doing
what does the intergenderness have to do? It's not an intergender like evening
evening
gown
gown,
match.
like tuxedo versus evening gown or
Right.
something. Like it's a showcase of literally nothing.
Right.
It's a showcase of literally nothing. It's like it's not showing Luna's strength. It's not showing Goldust's acumen at anything. It's not showing the tuxedo. It's not showing the parameters. It's literally nothing.
Right.
It's a space filler. It was so dumb.
Right. Probably why it
For
was
you and
over
we
in 14 seconds, like
14
flat.
seconds after it, and 13 of those seconds was her climbing up to the top rope.
And yeah, and getting set. Absolutely.
I
So
like I we when it was done, we just went, okay, WWE's first intergender match. Give it up.
yeah, that was great.
17 seconds of torment. Okay. Like, what the
Beautiful.
fuck?
So that takes us into another intro promo video package from our soon to be debuting porn star slash wrestler Val Venis. Of course, as you would expect, this is nothing but just innuendos on innuendos. Um, he goes on to talk about how no, like he asked somebody who's like on the set of the porn movie like if they watch the Oscars. He goes on to say like these this person and that person have nothing on Val Venus. On what during his last film, As Hard as It Gets, let's just say he rises to the occasion. When Val Venis gets up for a role, he never comes down. And then that hits us with a just a tiger print background, and it just says Val Venis is coming, and then it's the Monday Night Raw logo. Kelsey's auto ejecting.
And
If
Kelsey
you're
is going. Val Venus is coming and Kelsey Silva is going.
right.
And you know what? The only reason I'm not like because sometimes when I watch it, I want to swallow my laptop.
Yeah.
Swallow being the perfect word to describe.
Right.
Anyway,
Right.
but I just want to like
Just
make it go away.
yeah.
But you have such a, you're like, but he's great. And that's the only reason I'm holding on and not throwing
I mean,
my,
it's heinous. Like, I'm not gonna pretend like it's not, because the character, there is no like going around it. But it's just like so funny to me that they would actually pull trigger on this and then like
this
put it
went through many marketing
and then
meetings.
put it on like this is like national primetime television. This is not
And he's
like
like,
you know what I mean? Like this is from 9 to 11 p.m. This isn't like
yeah, this
3 in
isn't
the
like,
morning.
what did
Like
they, what was the one on HBO? It was like the after, it was like
the Skinamax. That
yeah, Skinemax. Um, You know what? I will say if you're going to do it, I guess you kind of, for, I guess pun intended, have to swing big.
right.
Like you have to kind of just
Hmm.
full send. Like if we're doing a porn star, we're doing a porn star. And
Right.
it is so 90s porn stars are
Right.
so different than
Mm.
today because now if you have an iPhone 14 and OnlyFans and everyone's showing whole in 4K, like whatever, like
No, one thousand
everyone, but
percent.
porn stars in the 90s, it was like there was like a few and it was the only
And
people who
no,
were on
and
the
you had
tapes.
you had a special trait, you had a special like
The name,
skill,
you were
like
Tommy Salami, you
right,
were like
right.
Big Bang Bill, you were, you know what I mean? Like
1000%, one thousand
so
percent.
it is a different, you kind of do have to do it that way. And it was so bomb chicka wow wow. It
Yeah, yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
like how it is today with like
Hmm.
whatever it is. There was like
Reality had no
plot.
place in this. Like
It
it
was
was
so hyperbolized. So
right,
like yeah, like in the scope of 90s porn stars, like yeah, this is actually like pretty accurate. Like it's pretty accurate. So
right,
it's like I'm holding on to the fact that they really did build the fantasy.
right, right. Like
Val
it's
Venus is
bad.
also like
Like but I'm no ifs ands or buts about it. But it's also like that's what it was. Like,
yeah, I'm also dying to know what he wrestles in.
okay.
I
You'll
know
see.
there's got to be a sock in there.
His
Like
his
there's
entrance is a whole vibe. You'll see.
and
Um,
maybe I'll be into it. I'm open.
I
I'm
love
open
it.
to it.
And he later like calls himself you know how Babe Ruth is the Big Balboski? He
The
calls
big
himself
the Great
the
Bambino, is that
Oh,
it?
no, no. Who calls himself the Big Balboski? What is that?
I have no idea. Sports girl.
I know. I'm me swinging for the fences. Um, no, but he calls himself the Big Valvoski, and I love it.
Oh,
So stupid.
okay.
Yeah, it's a mess. And he comes out in like a towel. I
Okay.
mean, there's obviously wrestling gear involved because he has to wrestle, but
Right.
he does come out in a towel and then gives you a whole entrance. So
Hmm.
that you about that. The disgust in
Hmm.
that was so good. Roll that back. So that is going to take us into our next contest, which is Mark Miro with Sable taking on Ken Shamrock. Mark Miro is acting a goddamn fool once again because
Done
he
piss me
makes his
off.
entrance, grabs the microphone, and says, "At WrestleMania 14, I let you have the spotlight, so get to stepping." Essentially, he sends her to the back, and she's just like, "You know what? Sure,
And
gonna go."
he goes, "You're pathetic," as she leaves. Why? Shut the fuck. Oh my God. I'm so sick of this bitch. I swear to God. Because even like at WrestleMania, he was so like hype lottie do about it. Like he was so
Hmm.
like, we were celebrating. And she was like, okay, like you didn't do anything, bye.
Right.
But like we're back. We're back
Hmm.
here. I
Yep.
don't I don't want to be here. I
Right.
don't want to be back here. Get
Here we
out.
are. We're
I
back,
hate
baby.
him.
Because there really is no resolution like that we've gotten. They like were really only like I feel like
On
she only
pause.
right teamed with him out of necessity, not out of a desire
My
to.
poor baby. I want like Sable and China to team up or something. Do
Ooh,
some stuff.
that'd be
Get
fun.
together.
So I agree. I'd be down for that. But this one's a fun match. It's Mark Miro and Ken Shamrock. They're both like crazy athletic people. Um, They're like exchanging body shots. Both have kind of a different background. Mark Miro in boxing, Ken Shamrock in MMA.
Hmm.
Mark Miro hits a counter to Ken Shamrock's Rana into a power bomb. Then that was a thing of
Beautiful.
beauty.
So cool.
Of course, Mark Miro plays to the crowd for too long because he really trying to get that accolades, only to get hit with a belly to belly by Ken Shamrock, and then all of the nation decides to come down into the ring. Ken Shamrock sees them coming, slides out of the ring, says, "Absolutely not on my watch," grabs a steel chair, comes back in the ring, and they scatter like rats in New York City when you
Casual
turn the
as
lights on. It
no,
was
literally.
crazy.
Casual as ever too, he went and grabbed that chair. He saw them and went,
Hold
hold
on.
on.
He's like, this is gonna be work. Got it.
Grabbed his little
Like,
chair and said, who wants it?
No,
Who wants
1000.
it? Brazen
Uh,
hands.
so of course, Ken Shamrock is in the middle of the ring, like staring down The Rock. The Rock has him distracted, facing him. It seems like he's about to like get into the ring to, settle some beef. When Mark Henry comes in from behind, takes out Ken Shamrock, absolutely does what Mark Henry does, squashes him for dear life. And The Rock basically, sends Ken Shamrock packing with a message from him and the nation. Yeah, there we go.
You
The
hate to
nation
see
is
it.
new and improved and
You
more
hate to
aggressive than
see it.
ever.
I mean, I will say this level of organization from the nation is nice to see.
Right.
Sorry, Farouk. I mean, I don't want to see what happened to you, but I do like when they actually work as a team and they're not
Yeah, when all the
beefing.
girlies have their ducks in a row.
I love when the girlies put their ducks in a row. Well,
All right. So this next segment is fantastic. So
girl.
it is the first time we are hearing from The Undertaker since WrestleMania 14. And he is going to hit us with a promo, or a little interview segment with Kevin Kelly. He starts it off basically being like, Kane found out, that I am the Lord of Darkness. Love to see it. Um, basically he goes on to be like the soul powers the body and your soul is impure, which is why I won, which is a crazy take, but sure.
So,
um
like, what?
no, absolutely
The Lord
insane.
of Darkness, your soul is pure? Wouldn't have been my take, but
No, but here we are. So a Jerry on commentary, very pyro, very excited about fire, the prospect of fire, the mention of fire. Really,
girl,
really tickled his fancy this evening. I was like, someone check that. Someone check his like trunk of his car for for something.
lighters, matches,
Kerosene,
gasoline.
like
He's
right.
really giving Mad King Ares from Game of Thrones.
Ooh, batshit crazy.
I'm reading the Game of Thrones series for the first time, which is why I keep referencing it if anyone's wondering.
Listen, take us there. So basically he's asked about the Inferno match, and he goes, "This is just a move from desperate men doing desperate actions." And basically he calls out Kane. He's like, "When you're looking up at me and you're like set aflame, you will know like who did that, basically." And then that prompts Kane and Paul Bearer to show up on the Titantron,
Titantron.
and they are in the graveyard of the Undertaker and Kane's parents. He was like, uh, remember the Undertaker, where you stood on this very site and gave us that groundbreaking performance? And you're like, oh, okay, drag him to fucking filth. Why don't you, sure?
Literally scalped.
No, yeah, by that long ass
Scalped.
hair. He said, I'll
Just
take that, thank you. So he's like, so we're chilling here with like your parents. And he's like,
so we're
'cause
chilling here.
he's
He's
like,
like
we got
this.
the in.
He's like, hey guys, so welcome. We're back. We're chilling. Hey, say hi, Kane. Well, he's not much of a talker. Like we're
So good.
chilling here. So you were chilling here with your parents.
I'm dying. Oh my God.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're chilling here with the Undertaker's dead parents.
Not Paul Bear being a blogger.
And he would be, girl. He
Ugh,
would be.
I'm,
Mm.
I'm crying in the club. Um, basically, Paul Bear wishes a slow, painful death on the Undertaker, and while he's like talking his shit, Kane pulls out a sledgehammer and starts desecrating his own parents' grave. He knocks down both headstones and then lights that motherfucker on fire. And we're just like, are
I
those
didn't,
not your parents?
I
Wait,
swear.
weren't you not big pissed that supposedly the Undertaker was the cause of the fire?
Didn't y'all
And
die together or
I'm
something?
sorry, but I wonder if his parents are the first people to be buried and then cremated.
I fucking hate this show. I have to leave. Like,
Amazing.
I
Uh,
gotta go.
I gotta
Oh
go.
my, wait, but I,
Oh,
oh my God.
where's the
I,
line?
but,
Oh,
okay.
thoughts? Go ahead.
I just like, not the grave desecration. I didn't know we were, I didn't
We
know
were
we were,
there.
I didn't know we were in an episode of Supernatural, Salt and Burn the Bones. I hope that
Absolutely
I hope that the
wildin'.
parents come back as specters in the match and go like,
Ooh,
Kane,
specters.
specters. I hope they come back and are like, Kane, this is your mother speaking. How dare you? Because didn't y'all die in the fire together or something? Weren't y'all burned together? What did the parents have to do with your brother?
Right. Like
Didn't
in
he
this
kill them?
moment.
He goes, Paul Bearer is like your dear murdered parents that you killed. It's like, okay, so why are we taking it out on them?
Right,
Go
1000%.
get your little
Can't they rest
friends.
in peace? Damn.
I swear, they're under there like,
They
okay, I
already got
didn't.
their first son coming down like out here with his frequent flyer miles like
Could
popping
you,
in. And let alone, and now
he,
they got their second freak child coming out here and disturbing their eternal resting place. What the hell is
I
this?
swear to God, his parents are in the afterlife like, girl, we done died. I thought that was like we were
Mm,
clipped on me having to see you bitches. I thought you guys would
no,
work it out in the living, and you're beating down my door in the underworld, talking
no,
about you got to kill my other son, and then now my tombstone is wrecked, and I wasn't even involved. I
no.
died in a fire.
Some people just get flowers.
So
Some people just put
some people
night,
get
they
a
just
little
replace the
flag.
flowers.
They get a little wreath at Christmas,
Right. Something
a grave
nice.
blanket, a beautiful grave blanket.
Right. No, no.
No, we
Desecration, bitch.
desecration.
Mm.
It was a it's
Was it?
cuckoo bananas. I watched this and I'm like, WWE Raw is happening. And then there's this little plot in here that is so batshit crazy, that is so turned to 11 that it's
Mhm.
like we leave the theater for a minute and then we get like sucked back. It's like
Right.
we like enter a different secret room and we're like, what's going on in here? And it's like
Oh, just
underworld, undead, burned bodies, grave desecration, and then we get like sucked back into Raw and we're like,
what just happened though?
oh, it's Flash Funk and like you know what I mean? It's
Right.
like
No. Yeah,
it's
because
crotch
it is
chops.
wild, yeah, to believe like I'm supposed to believe like this epic tale of like two like super pop like superpowered demons is
Is
existing
happening
in the same place where DX is urinating
is
on
the
like
PP bikes.
right on your on on motorcycles to prompt the main event like that. I'm supposed to
Girl,
believe these two motherfuckers are like can at some point like fight. Like no, they have actual powers. Like I
like
don't
they're
understand.
it's literally like it's the end of Avatar where they're like fighting in this random place with like earth pillars like because they need a clear field like it's
Right.
that's what we need like we need the desert or
No,
something like
1000%. You think
so they can
no,
like
no, but
power
1000%. Like Goku and Frieza destroyed planets. Like
beep
this is
okay
like
thank
that. You know
you
what I mean? Like don't try and tell me that in the same show I'm supposed to believe that Jeff Jarrett is a threat
oh
to somebody in the same way that the Undertaker is a threat to somebody.
that's
No.
what and that's why Kane was literally invented. Cause like they're doing some other shit. Like it's like we accidentally tiptoe onto another timeline and witness something and then get like
Mhm.
propelled back by the time wizard. Like
And I'm
I don't
take us
know.
there because I'm here for this
And I
wild
love it.
ride.
I put my seatbelt on
And just get
and I
ready.
leave my phone in the locker so I don't lose it on the ride.
No,
And I just
1000%.
keep my arms in and I
Hmm.
watch.
Yeah, keep your arms in for this Inferno match. That's definitely word to the wise.
Yep.
So that's going to take us into our main event, which is a six-man tag because obviously DX, not intimidated by the imposing threat of the Disciples of the Apocalypse, said, sure, bring it on. Love to see it.
Sure.
The DOA come out absolutely swinging. X-Pac decides to join us on commentary to say absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Say
Girl,
nothing.
what was this?
I don't
I
understand.
was legitimately like, I am so confused. Like after all shoot after shoot after shoot after tank is empty.
Right. Can't say
He said,
nothing.
he said,
Couldn't
"Hey guys,
couldn't think of a thought. Snowstorm up here. Like
white
crazy.
noise. White noise in
Crazy,
that man's
crazy,
brain.
crazy.
He peed
So
it all out."
he must have. So he said absolutely nothing, making us all feel slightly
It
uncomfortable.
was so weird.
Right. So the DOA is just big pissed in this match. Like it's obviously they're taking it out on DX as they should. That's the whole point.
I do
Um,
want to say though, Triple H was the only one that didn't piss on the bike and he had to wrestle.
I know. And also he's the leader. Like send your boy in there. Like
Get that and put Triple H on
I was
commentary.
like I was like X-Pac hasn't wrestled in the WWF in forever, so he should be in there.
Absolutely.
Or maybe they want to give him like a singles like re-debut, but it's also
Girl, he's
like
in the group. He's in the band. He's in the boy group.
right. I would have much
Put
rather
him in
like
there.
had Hunter like explain some things.
Absolutely.
He would have been able to answer some leader questions.
If
You know what I
anyone
mean?
can yap, it's Triple H.
Well, that's correct. But also like he's the leader. So like if you were going to pose any questions about Sean, about
But
like these new people, like he's who you asked them to. You couldn't ask X-Pac Dick. Like
Dick, you might as well put Kurgan out there.
oh, girl, Kurgan. Kurgan, that mess.
Oh my God. Oh, girl. Don't bring that mother up.
Shh, don't bring that mess in here. This was a Kurgan free episode. Had to drag his ass in here over the
Oh,
finish line, didn't we?
livid, livid with me. Oh, girl.
Shaking, shaking with rage. Uh, so absolute insanity. Of course, this match breaks down into all of its parts. DX is feuding with the chaos of the DOA. They're fighting all over the outside of the ring. Uh, Triple H sneaks in, hits one of the bald baddies with a pedigree. DX picks up the victory. And then there's just chairs all around. DX comes in, absolutely decimating the disciples of the apocalypse. They're hanging up chains to get beat some more. When the Legion of Doom 2000 come down to save the day, and they leave us kind of with that kind of hot mess bubbling
Hmm.
towards, I'm sure, a future
Something.
match.
Love to see it. I love to
Love
see
to see
LOD
it.
do literally anything. And this is par for the course because they used to come out and rescue every damn body.
Everybody.
They're like me, they don't like bullying.
They
They
don't
just
like
come out,
injustice.
they don't, and I love that about them
Mm,
because they
mm.
are just what they are, and that's great.
No,
Girl,
absolutely.
this is so crazy.
Absolutely. Any final thoughts before I take us home?
Um,
What are you most excited about? Like uh which segment were you most excited about this evening? Hit me with one.
wow. Which segment was I most excited about? Honestly, the I want to say the Stone Cold one just because it's like kind of obvious,
Yeah, yeah. That's a good one.
but also, I mean, the Undertaker was like that whole little
Back
the
and forth.
beef.
Hmm.
Because it's like, again, it's something so crazy, and how do you keep up leveling it? And they just keep having to find ways, and it keeps happening. So I don't know. And it's just, it takes you out of time. You're like, what is even happening here? It's so crazy. There's like, again, like what's going on in the real world, and then whatever's going on with those two. And
Oh,
I just
amen.
I have to see it. It's
Amen,
crazy.
amen, amen. So, thank you all for listening. This has been another edition of the New to Wrestling podcast. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, all of that fun stuff wherever you happen to find us. For Kelsey, I am Xavier. We will catch you on the next one.
We'll see you there.
Bye.
Bye.